Children, welcome back to my channel. Happy to see you all once again. Today we will be learning class 9 exercise 2.4 from NCERT textbook. Those who have not subscribed my channel, kindly subscribe so that you will get the latest notification and share it with your friends so that it will be useful for everyone. We know that during this online classes many children may not be able to understand. That's the reason for me to upload this video. During your online classes, whether you people have understood or not understood, the class goes on just like that. So I feel you have to share this video with your friends so that they will get benefited. I have heard students saying that it was useful for them. The same way you people can make use of the videos and share it with your friends. First of all, please subscribe the channel, because whenever I see the analytics, I see most of the time it is the children, those who have not subscribed will watch the video. Okay children, so now let's see how to solve the exercise 2.4. See children, if you want to solve exercise 2.4, first you have to know what is the remainder theorem. If you want to solve questions related to exercise 2.4, you should know what is the remainder theorem. In the previous exercise, we have solved the questions related to remainder theorem, and now today we are going to see what is a factor theorem. So now the remainder theorem and factor theorem, they both are interlinked. In what way they are interlinked is, see, in remainder theorem, they will give you a variable value and that will be substituted and you will get some value as a remainder. Sometimes you get a constant, sometimes you get a variable, sometimes you get 0 itself. The same way, now we are going to see even for the factor theorem also, the method is the same. But the only difference is here, when you get the remainder as 0, then the dividend is exactly divisible by the divisor. Suppose if you get any other number apart from 0, then the given expression is not divisible by the divisor. So now let's see questions based on that. So now exercise 2.4. Determine which of the following polynomial has x plus 1 as a factor. Determine which of the following polynomial has x plus 1 as a factor. So now when a polynomial is given like this, now this is considered as p of x. So now this becomes the dividend and now x plus 1 is the divisor. So now here the first step what you have to do is similar to the remainder theorem. What we used to do? We used to equate the divisor to 0 and then we found out what was the value of x and we substituted it. Now we are going to repeat the same step. So now we will take x plus 1 equal to 0. So x value will be equal to minus 1. So now we know what is p of x. So now we will substitute what is p of minus 1. Now p of minus 1 will be equal to minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1. So now we know minus 1 cube is minus 1 here, minus 1 square is plus 1, here it is minus 1 and here it is plus 1. Now minus and plus will get cancelled, minus 1 and plus 1. The same way here minus 1 and plus 1 will get cancelled. So now you will get p of minus 1 is equal to 0. So now here you can conclude that x plus 1 is a factor of p of x. No need to write the expression once again because here you have equated it to p of x. You can just conclude x plus 1 is a factor of p of x. Now suppose if you get any other number apart from 0, then we cannot say that it is a factor. Okay, now let's see how to solve the next question. And now let's see the second question, and in the second question here how you have to solve is the same way how you had seen in the first one, the same way you have to do. Here what we have to do, we have to take the x value as -1 and then we are going to substitute. So first you can write this as p of x. P of x is equal to x power 4 plus x cube plus x square. Okay, here now we can see that you can see p of x. First we will equate this to p of x. Then once when we have done with this, we have to equate x plus 1 to 0. So when you equate x plus 1 to 0, you will get the x value as -1. So now substitute this -1 here. So p of -1 will be equal to -1 to the power of 4 plus -1 cube plus -1 square plus -1 and plus 1. So now we will check what's the remainder you are going to get. Here you will get 1 because it is to the power of 4, and here you get -1. Here it is to the power of even number, so you will get +1. Here -1, and this 1 what is there at the last, write as it is. Now where you can see, you can cancel 1 and -1, and in the same way 1 and -1 you can cancel, and you are left with p of 1. So now p of -1 you are going to get the remainder as 1. So now can you say now this x plus 1 is a factor? No, you cannot say that x plus 1 is a factor. What's the reason? Yes, the reason here is 1. You are getting the remainder as 1. Only if you get the remainder as 0, we can conclude that x plus 1 is a factor. So now you can conclude, therefore x plus 1 is not a factor of p of x. The same way now we are going to do for the other two questions also. Hope you people are feeling confident now. Now let's see how to solve the next question. Okay, this is the third subdivision. So as soon as you see the question, what is the first step you have to do is equate it to p of x. So now p of x will be x power 4 plus 3x cube plus 3x square plus x and plus 1. Yes, once again I'll confirm whether the question is correct. Yes, the question is correct here. So now we will substitute the value of x. So x value will be -1 now. So I am not going to repeat here how I am going to get the value as -1. I'll just write x of -1 here. So because -1 to the power of 4, 3 into -1 cube plus 3 into -1 square plus of -1 is 1. So now we will see -1 to the power of 4 will be 1, and here it is -3 because 1 cube into 3 is -1 into 3 is -3. -1 square will be 1, 1 into 3 is +3, and here -1 and here +1. So now when you see, you can cancel 1 and -1, -3 and +3. So now p of -1 will be equal to 1, where again the remainder is not equal to 0. Therefore x plus 1 is not a factor of p of x. So in this case also it is not possible. So now let's see for the next question, the last question. Okay, now we can see the same step we are going to do. First equate p of x. P of x equals x cube minus x square minus 2 plus root 2. Put this in bracket into x plus root 2. So now take p of -1. So p of -1 will be here -1 cube minus 1 square minus 2 plus root 2 into -1 plus root 2. So now we will see -1 cube will be -1, -1 square will be 1 here, and here this minus, we'll write this minus should be multiplied here, so minus into minus will be plus 2 and minus into plus root 2 will be minus root 2 plus root 2. So now when you observe here, you can cancel minus root 2 and plus root 2, and now you can cancel minus 2 and plus 2 here. This also you can cancel. So p of minus 1 will be equal to 0. Therefore x plus 1 is a factor of p of x. Okay children, see, though you have root values, you at last you are getting the remainder as 0. So now by seeing the question, we cannot conclude whether the remainder is 0 or not 0. So we have to substitute the value and see. This is how you have to see. So now in the first main, out of first, second, third and fourth, first one and fourth one is the factor. The rest two are not the factors. So you know the reason. Once again I'll repeat, if the remainder is 0, then the given dividend divisor is a factor of the dividend, otherwise it's not the factor. Meet you in the next video children. The other questions I'll be solving in the next video. Until then, take care and bye children.